this is going to sound very big-headed. It's not meant to be, okay? I know I'm not like the big I am, okay? But I've become very jaded about like there's people that like come in and want to make something of making content, and they'll just plug away and do their thing and blah blah blah. Good luck to you, right? But there's some people that come in and it's like, rather than try and build something or make content or do something and get attention another way, their goal is to like just stoke drama, basically. And I get called like a drama farmer. Yeah, sure, whatever. But I'm talking about people that will like make drama out of literally nothing. Like nothing is happening and they'll find a way to generate something even though there's nothing there, right? And this person, Food Chops, is the kind of person I'm talking about, right? Like a glup shitto. Most of you probably got no idea who they are. So basically, they've been knocking around for a little while. They've recently tried to make a go of it as a content creator. They have been trying to do panels and stuff like that, and they invited me on a bunch, and I kind of ignored their DMs because I'm just a bit jaded with it, and I'm like, fucking hell, another panel wannabe, fucking, I can't be bothered with this, etc. Right? And some stuff's been happening recently, and I don't really care. I've said the other day when I spoke about tomfoolery, I just, you can spend a lot of time worrying about all these various glup shittos, and this person's done this and this, but it's just fucking insufferable and boring. And, not to say I'm the big I am, but I'm just not particularly interested in getting into the ins and outs of it, Hey, thank you for the membership. Anyway, I was never going to speak about this unless the further story happened. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Pans. Oh, it's $3 super chats now. Sorry about that. Give me some more money and it will be read out. Hey, thank you for the super chat. So anyway, it's like, whatever. This person is trying to like farm drama of nothing. What? Wait, are these all just coming through now? What's going on? Okay. Anyway, so this person, basically, it all started off the back of, there was this like debate, and Boots was having a debate with Short Fat Otaku and calling Short Fat Otaku a chaser, and Food Chops was like moderating the debate. Okay. It was like the literal definition of like people arguing about a completely frivolous thing, and who really cares? It's not that big a deal. Anyway, this Food Chops person like tried to wrap it up in my community in some way, and they tried to claim that like my community was somehow responsible. Spicy chat are at it again, and they were acting like my community had some some say in that or some impact in that, and it was literally nothing to do with me, nothing even to do with my Discord. My Discord didn't even really like had any say in it. The people involved in the debate are not like regular posters in the Discord. It was just this kind of attempt to like make it about me somehow, because I guess I'm like, to them, like a bigger creator that they can wrap up in something, and maybe I respond to it and they get some attention. And then they did like these lengthy streams. It's all on Queeman's channel. Queeman's covered this extensively if you want to know the ins and outs of it. But like they were doing these streams, and they were like, like going, oh, Spicy Chat is so bad, and Chud Logic's a bad guy, and he just lets the community do what he wants. It's almost like they've seen other people come in and do that, and they wanted to follow the same model, right? So anyway, I just banned them from my Discord, right? When I realized that they were just trying to farm drama out of nothing in order to like get me wrapped in some way, I was like, this is fucking stupid. And then I heard that they were like on stream and they were talking about how like bad it was for them, and how like Spicy Chat were like mental rapists and stuff like that. And it was just like, dude, why is this person even in my fucking Discord? It's quite clear they don't just want to like, calmly interact and try and build something. They just want to like, they just want to try and use the little clout that I've got to benefit themselves, right? So I just banned them. I was like, this is stupid. I banned them because it's funny. I banned them because it's annoying. And I banned them because why do they even want to be in my fucking community anyway, right? And I thought nothing more of it. That was it. I spoke about it a bit in the Discord, and we have a bit of a laugh about it, but that was it, right? Anyway, some more information since then has come out about this person. And You know me, I'm not like a pearl clutcher necessarily, right? I'm not a pearl clutcher kind of guy. But this food shops person since then, and just to be clear as well, I'm not like saying this because I'm like, oh my God, I don't fucking care. I literally couldn't care less about this food shops person, right? I literally could not give two fucks about them doing whatever in my community. I just banned them to squash the problem and moved on about it. You're doing the Hassan Vostra. What does that mean? And that was it. That was the long and the short of it. I don't really care about this person, but I don't normally say like crazy stuff about people, but the stuff that's come out about them, like if you're like another creator, yeah, I need the raw clips. I need like there's Twitch clips and stuff from Rezi's stream. That's what I'm looking for, just so I can quickly play them. If you're like a creator, maybe you've not got wind of this or heard about it, right? But like this person is like potentially like an actual menace. Like they're fucking basically the long and the short of it is, hopefully these fucking retards link me these clips that I want. The long and the short of it is, they've said some insane stuff on stream about like Lolicon, right? And there's even like a clip of them, like a recorded clip. And it's like they're making some really suspicious comments about kids. And, you know, I'm not sat here saying this person is like a full-blown pedo nonce or something like that, right? So this is just a couple of examples, right? There's obviously a much longer stream you can watch. Creeman's covered this. Reservoir, it's obviously on Reservoir's stream if you want to watch the full extent of it. I'm not looking to make a big thing out of this because I don't really care that much. It's just to kind of say, guys, if you're a creator, right, I would just be very cautious if you're... It's up to you at the end of the day. It's your channel. But this food shops person is like weird. And like they've got... Like, I'm very suspicious. I don't want anything to do with it because it's like... I mean, they were banned anyway for another reason. But with this all coming out, I mean, I don't know, man. I would not want to be fucking involved with this person. And I don't know, maybe you don't want to be involved either. It's up to you. Have a look.
You're not attracted to children, right?
I'm trying to think.
So that is a 30-second clip. Now, look. There might be more context there. I've only really seen some of these clips, and I'm just sharing it with you. To me, if someone is asking me, are you attracted to children? I think you're just going to go, no, absolutely not. That's insane. And I don't think that's a virtue signal thing. I think that's just like, why would you even think about that for a second? Now, apparently they were trying to like find a different question to answer or something like that. Make of that what you will. Make of that what you will. Okay. I'm not trying to like make out like they're anything. I'm not saying they're a specific thing. I'm just saying, hey, they went on a stream. They said some crazy shit. And I'm just like, I personally would not associate with them. And if I was a creator, I would probably appreciate if someone at least put the flag up that, hey, this person's got some fucking weird, suspicious behavior that's worth being aware of. So I'm just putting it out there for you. Damn. You guys are on the case. Jesus, thank you. I hadn't really prepared for this, so I relied on my Discord to link the clips that I needed, but here we are.
Is like, do you mean like the aesthetic or
is.
just like the kids?
Probably, it's definitely the power difference. It is more of the power difference more than anything else. Like, it's probably only the power difference.
It's kind of fucked.
So the power difference, this is in relation to Lolicon. They're talking about like what they like in Lolicon. Lolicon, you know, being drawn images of children, sexualized.
But it's not like it's not the lack of secondary sexual characteristics, I would say.
What? The power difference?
I mean, dude. Like I say, I'm not sharing this with you, or like if a creator is listening to this that's smaller and is like going on panels and stuff, I'm not sharing this because I'm trying to cancel anyone. I'm not trying to like say anyone's this, that, or the other. I'm just saying this person's got some pretty crazy takes, and people are like going on there, what you know, they're trying to do panels and stuff like that and get people on. Just be warned. Be warned. It could be another Amos Yee situation. In fact, there is a nickname that's been going around my community about this person, and that is Amos She. That is Amos She. Okay.
The teacher-student power differential. That is the absolute.
That's like your top is teacher-student things?
Right. So if it's like
Okay.
teacher-student lolicon, right? If it's teacher-student lolicon, then it's like that's super duper. Yeah.
It doesn't make it better, but that's just...
But like what I'm specific said, teacher.
Reservoir is like lost for words on this, and I don't know what the source of this is or where it's from. And I think that I would probably want to try and maybe, I mean, I don't know. It's just an audio clip, so I'll just play it, okay?
Do you like men?
Why are you asking?
It was something I wanted to ask like way earlier, but I don't know. Now seems like the perfect time.
Kind of sus.
Oh fuck! What do you mean sus? Okay, you just don't want to talk about it. That's fine.
No, I like women only. I like women only.
Very good. But like trans women too? Like you'd be with the trans woman?
Only if they're feminine enough.
True, that's me.
I don't even I'm not even into dicks. They have to have bottom.
Oh, so you don't wanna damn, you're just like me for real.
Yeah.
I'm
only into the most feminine of the most feminine.
That's what I'm saying.
I need to have a little girl to wrap myself around.
Oh, like you're like big spoon is what you're saying. Oh, I get you.
I need to have like a 12-year-old.
What? That's so crazy that you said that. She wants a little 10-year-old girl. What the fuck? Is this like known or something?
So, look, okay? I'm trying to... Right. I've got kids, obviously, okay? So this is very sensitive to me. I'm trying to be like reasonable when approaching this, but like this is some crazy fucking shit, man. Now, if that was just what it was in itself, if someone had said that on a private call, I might be willing to go, okay, that's an insane thing to say, but maybe it was some super edgy joke. But it's like that alongside these comments here. For me, I would like never want to go on this person's show personally. If it's you're a streamer and it's up to you what you do, obviously. I'm not saying what you should or shouldn't do. Okay. But I I just think you should be aware that if you decide to go on this person's stream, this is a sort of thing they're saying in private. I believe that's a privately recorded kind of call. And then they're talking publicly about liking lolicon. They're talking about liking parent-teacher dynamics. Because they're not attracted to sex characteristics, they're not therefore a pedo, but they do enjoy lolicon. What's this?
Wait, what did I not communicate across?
Just generally, you don't know how to communicate. That's why I'm trying to get you to read that.
Wait, in that specific example?
Because I feel like this whole thing, it's like you're like, okay, so it's a dominance thing and an aesthetics thing. If you're into the aesthetics, that's like way different than being into lolicon. You know what I mean?
Wait, but I do jerk off to lolicon. What the fuck?
Yeah, but do you jerk off to? Oh my god, I fucking can't stand you. Right? Yeah, that's weird. Do you still seek it out?
Wait, food shops should go meow meow meow.
Wait. No, stop.
Oh.
Wait, do you seek out lolicon specifically? Or are you seeking out something that has the aesthetics of lolicon?
I don't know what does aesthetics mean?
Like the Britney Spears video has the schoolgirl aesthetics.
Hmm.
So yeah, there's like an admission of jerking off to lolicon as well. I don't know, man. Like, if it's me, nothing to do with this person. No, you know, I'm not gonna fucking risk, you know, some crazy like this is just way too much. I just saw President Sunday with a comment that seemed pretty legit. Basically saying that sometimes people will kind of edge on the side of like edginess, and maybe it's a joke, maybe it's not. I personally, they are trans, that is correct. Yeah, there seems to be a weird, demented subculture where this kind of thing is used just enough in the domain of edgy humor for it to be ambiguous. How much is serious? I have no idea. Exactly, and for me, I'm not going to take that risk. If you want to take that risk, that's your discretion. They have like 200 followers and a nobody. I agree. I didn't, you know, I wasn't interested in talking about this topic at all because, you know, before the lolly stuff, I was like, this person's a fucking loser trying to get attention. Fuck it. But when I found out about the lolly stuff and I was told that people aren't like addressing this or talking about it, I don't know, man. Like if it was me and someone knew that this person was saying this shit and didn't get it out there, and I went on their show and it turned out that I was, you know, on a panel of someone that jerks it to lolicon, and I'd be fucking like, what the fuck? Why did I not know about this? You know, I wouldn't want to get fucking blindsided by this shit. So it's not like I'm just doing this because I guess it is somewhat content. But for me, I'm also genuinely like, guys, be aware. This is the kind of things this person is saying on streams. You know, use at your discretion. I'm not saying what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just putting information out there and you can do as you wish. I'm not saying anyone needs to be cancelled or anything like that. I'm just saying this is the kind of stuff this person is talking about. And, you know, use your discretion as to how you proceed. I mean, I don't know, man. If it was me and I was like a fucking 10 viewer Andy, and it was like some person talking about jerking it to lolicon, making comments about wanting a 12-year-old privately, and liking power dynamics between teachers and students, I personally would not want to go on their stream. Okay? Chud kind of weak, not a strong stance. Okay, what do you mean? What? Okay, you're getting banned. What do you mean not a strong stance? What more could I possibly say on the matter? I don't really care. I'm not the fucking morality police. I'm not the fucking morality police here to fucking I'm just saying what's going on and you can make your own mind up. I'm being pretty clear about my thoughts on it, I think. But what, because I'm not sat here clutching my pearls? What do you mean? How much stronger could I be? I'm saying if it was me, I would not be anywhere near this person. But I'm not the morality police to tell you what to do and what not to do with your fucking channel. That's up to you at the end of the day. Or as a viewer, if you want to continue to watch this person, if you do, most of you don't. But I'm just letting you know there's someone out there that's got some insane takes on fucking lolicon and pedo shit. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm not the fucking morality police. I'm not responsible for your fucking views. I'm just telling you what's out there. Where are you? Where did you go, you fucking idiot? I want to ban you. Well, I'm not in this at all. This is none of this has anything to do with me whatsoever. Literally, none of this is anything to do with me. This food shops person tried to drag me into their gay little drama over nothing, and I just I banned them from the Discord and forgot about it, disregarded it. My community has been like, well, Creeman and Bug Squander are the people that have been like on this, and they've been kind of looking into the situation, and they found all this weird shit, and then through sort of pressure on Reservoir to ask certain questions, this has come tumbling out. So that's, and when I got wind of it, And I was told that people aren't really talking about this. And there's other streamers that have collaborated with food shops that apparently aren't getting involved or something. I don't fucking know. I just thought I'll just talk about it and put the information out there. And people can make their own mind up about what they want to do. You know, I'm not the police. I'm not looking to cancel anyone. I don't really give two fucks what you do and don't do. I'm just putting it out there and you can decide yourself, okay? But for me, I would want literally nothing to do with this person, particularly if I was a smaller content creator, because I just think back to, who remembers the panel? Who remembers the panel that happened where there was a bunch of minor, so-called minor attractive people? And it turned out that there was someone on the panel that was a pedo, and everyone was like, what the fuck? Why is there a pedo on the panel? And people freaked out about it, right? I remember watching that, and I actually felt bad for the people that were kind of blindsided by that. And when I found out that no one's really covering this, I don't give a shit about some glup shit who like and lolicon. Who fucking cares? It's relevant to me at the end of the day. They're a nobody. But if you're a small creator, you might go on their panel. You might be like, oh, this person's inviting me on a panel. Be warned. Or if you're a viewer, be warned, this person is saying insane shit about like and lolicon, jerking off to lolicon, liking student power dynamics, and privately has made very inappropriate comments about a 12-year-old, which could be a joke, but contextually, I'm not so fucking sure, okay? That's it. That's all I'm saying to you, okay? Be warned. Act accordingly. Do what you want to do, okay? Well, no, it was supposed to be about maps, but then it turned... Well, I fucking hate that term. It was supposed to be about pedophiles, okay? And then it turned out there was a pedophile and their fucking grooming victim on the same show, right? It was supposed to be about that topic, and then it turned out they invited a literal pedo and their grooming victim. Because it was like, one of them was a so-called minor attracted person, pedo, and the other one was a adult. I think it's the terminology these freaks use is adult attracted minor, and that was the person that was like with the in some sort of weird entanglement with this pedo. It was nuts. It was a crazy panel, and as soon as people realized, they were like, I had no idea I was on this panel. Very, very troublesome. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I'm not the kind of guy that will tell you what's. I'm not trying to start a fucking moral outrage about it or whatever. I'm just saying, hey, if you're someone that likes this person's content, or you're a content creator, bear in mind, if you engage with their content or go on their panel, they have been saying this stuff, and do as you wish with it. If you want to get more in-depth coverage of it, Creeman has got a lot of VODs on his channel where he's gone over it all. You can go and engage with that, and I'm sure... Wouldn't you want to know if you were going on someone's panel that might be ending the panel and going and jerking off to some fucking lolicon? Here's the thing as well, right? I fucking hate this cope that people do, right? I think that, like... Let me ask you a question, chat, okay? Simple question. If you look at a drawn picture of two guys fucking and that arouses you, do you think you're gay? Would you think yourself as gay, or would you think that's like a gay thing? Like, to me, I'm like, you'd be a bit gay at least. At the very least, you'd be a little bit gay, if not fully gay. Okay? Right? It's two guys fucking, you're getting aroused by that, you're gay. Right? If you're looking at a drawn image of a child and you're aroused by that, okay, that's indicative of at the very least, some sort of attraction to children. By the same logic. And whilst I don't think, I'm not into these wood chipper memes or something like that, I think if you're someone who gets sexual pleasure out of lolicon, I think you should genuinely, I'm being serious here, go and see a psychiatrist about the pedo disorder stuff, because I think that is probably a sign that you've got an issue that you need to fucking deal with it before it gets worse. Like, why on earth would you be looking at drawn images of children and getting aroused by that, and you're going to act like there's no big deal and there's no problem there? Like, it's pretty fucking obvious to me that you've got some underlying issue that needs to be addressed, right? But there's this cope, and people make the free speech argument and stuff like that. I think the distribution of it is probably wrong and should be illegal. Obviously, if someone just draws a picture for themselves in their house, I mean, what can you really do to stop that? People are going to do that anyway. But the problem isn't like the legal aspect then. It's like you are engaging in an action that is indulging in a sexual attraction to children in some fashion, and you probably need to have that investigated. I don't think that you can engage in masturbation to lolicon material and not have some sort of underlying issue in regards to attraction to children. And you should absolutely get that fucking looked at and investigated. In terms of like content creation, I do not think it's appropriate to be responsible and be responsible for like a Discord server or something when you have got a self-professed attraction to lolicon, a self-professed desire to engage in sexual thoughts in regards to power dynamics between a teacher and a student, and to be making kind of comments about 12-year-olds, you know, behind the scenes like that. It's not up to me at the end of the day. I'm not saying anyone needs to be cancelled or anything. It's nothing to do with me. I'm just saying that seems crazy to me. And if you are in that Discord, by all means, engage with caution. But Jesus Christ, just be careful, okay? And certainly, if you happen to be listening to this and you're a minor, you should absolutely be as far away from that fucking Discord as you possibly can, because that sounds like a fucking recipe for disaster, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, anyway, I've got to be honest with you, right? I'm not like... listen, I don't hate the guy. This Londre fellow's been a bit psychotic recently, though, hasn't he? He's been, like, popping off and tracking down some of these, like, pro-Hamas people on Twitter. He's been going insane.
Influence, whatever, and try to make it into something real. Because the truth is that I don't entirely agree with Chud Logic and Queeman, who are content nihilists. They literally believe that none of...
Dude, why am I being cited? I'm being cited alongside Chud now. That's crazy. Okay, never mind. We're on Team Connor. Okay, he's pushing my name out here. Okay,
this matters. It's all a bunch of autists getting together, smashing into each other for content. People having wild takes and all that kind of stuff. The only thing it's good for is laughing or making fun of them. And then the only thing that is interesting on top of that is people having sex with each other.
This has been CounterPoints like perspective, I think, a lot of the time on my takes on this. You know, I accept, of course, I'm not, you know, I don't think I'm absolutely correct about everything. I accept that maybe I'm too nihilistic, maybe I'm too jaded, and that's fine. But I think that broadly speaking, that is what it is. That is what it is. I don't know. Like, yeah, there's some examples you can point to, you know, of like a positive impact or something like that. But the vast majority of it for the last years has been exactly that. And that is mostly what people are tuning in for. You know, I think most people that watch this content are probably more engaged in that side of it and the content more than any sort of change or activism that can come about off of it.
Other, and then the explosion of drama and failed relationships as a result of people.
Is he traumatized over the Lauren Southern stuff? Is that what's going on? Oof.
People having sex with. That's all they care about. Is they care about the personal days of our lives style soap opera that happens in Twitch politics that people are enamored with.
But then somebody like Chud, by the way, who I've had a total evolution of my relationship with him.
Jesus Christ.
Too.
Listen, look, I got to be clear. Listen, I'm not an anti-Londre guy. There's some people that are in my community that really hate the guy. I'm not an anti-Londre guy myself. I just have found his campaign against some of the Hamas things to be excessive. Like, he's been, what is it? Stop Anti-Semitism, I think. He's been like working with Stop Anti-Semitism to try and like track people down that are saying like allegedly pro-Hamas things. And I'm generally against that anyway. There probably are some people that have been excessive with that. And, you know, if there's a consequence for them as a result, maybe it is justified if they're like, say, a law student and, you know, they're making comments and that then impacts their future prospects. Yeah, sure. That's kind of par for the course when you're in college looking to move on to your next step. But I don't know, man. I don't really like this idea that we go out of our way to track people down for saying, you know, objectionable things on the internet. Generally, I'm against it. So, yeah.
He and I are on good terms now. So I'm willing to say this about him because I think he will, if he catches this clip would understand where I'm coming from. It does strike me as very ironic that somebody like Chud, I would love to understand his logic for why somebody like him
I want to understand Chud's logic, but just
Oh,
spends
for fuck's sake, that was a shit joke.
every day, 8 hours a day, like digging into the nitty-gritty details of the personal lives of other people, but then is always quick to say, well, I'm a very private person. You don't try to find
well, because you can discuss what people give out, right? That's the point. Just don't give it out. Don't want people to talk about it.
find out information about me, because it's like, well, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, right? And I think he would probably say that
Oh
these
no,
other people,
is Landre going to be digging into my fucking life now? Oh no! Where's the contradiction? I don't understand where the contradiction is. I'm looking at stuff that's on the internet about people. You know, I'm not there digging up like private information about people to publicize on stream. I don't know, man. I don't think I'm really doing anything inconsistent there. I think that I mean, if there's an inconsistency, I'll happily listen to what it could be. But like, for example, I talk about having kids, right? And sometimes I mention having kids, and sometimes I like bring it up on stream. And if people want to talk about that, that's fine, right? Yeah, it's kind of shitty when people do it in a shitty way, but you kind of got to bite the bullet on that people are going to do that, right? But like, if someone went and dug up the names of my kids in the school that they went to and talked about that, or if I had some relationship that was private and people went and kind of, you know, went out of their way to dig up information or details about that when it's not relevant to like public interest, like some random person that lives in my town that isn't a public figure, you know, what would be the point of that? Like, it's not really relevant to what I'm talking about, you know? I don't know. I mean, I just don't think there's really an inconsistency there. I am a private person, and that means I tend not to talk about relationships and private matters like that on stream because I don't really want it to be discussed and looked at. But, you know, if someone, say, leaked some DMs of me and people were going over the DMs that I'd had, I mean, it kind of sucks, right? Like, especially if it's not really relevant, but that's the way that goes. Like, I'm not going to sit here and cry, oh, people are looking at it. I'd obviously be annoyed with the person that leaked it, but I'm not going to like be mad at people for talking about it because yeah, that's in the public domain then, and that's obviously what people do, and that's acceptable. But yeah, I don't know.
people put this stuff out there.
True.
Well,
and he's really reacting to what's public already. But at the same
that is his defense, because he has mentioned in the past that he does not put his relationship status out there. He doesn't bring his girlfriend on or whatever. Or I know he's not gay, so I don't think it's a boyfriend. But he doesn't. He doesn't bring his bisexual twink fucking girlfriend, boyfriend, they be partner out on a stream. And the reason why they don't do that, or he doesn't do that, is because he has
don't
kids.
misgender Chud.
Yeah. So he doesn't have, or he has kids. I think he, as far as I know, he's on relatively good terms with his wife, or his ex-wife, but he doesn't want that spilling over to affect his kids, and he also doesn't want it spilling over and affecting his relationship. So he's very private. Whereas I know more about
yeah, like for example, I mention it, but I don't go into any detail about affairs or matters with my ex in any significant detail, right? I mention it or talk about it or say, oh, I need to do this thing tonight, my ex is not available or something. But I do mention that we're on good terms, so if people talk about that, that's fine. But if someone were to like go and dig up, like, I don't know, some details of my ex and talk about it, I don't know, like that would just be intrusive to me. And I'm not doing that to other people. Like, I'm not looking into private affairs of people. I don't know. I just feel my take is if it's on the internet and it's being discussed in some way, it's fair game. Obviously, doxing and stuff, that's different. I don't think that was ever really fair game to kind of publicize and talk about. But yeah. well, if my ex messaged someone an embarrassing sexual messages, and that got publicized, I mean, yeah, and it was linked to me in some, I don't know, like, it's out there then. I'd be annoyed with the person publicizing it, but cover it, sure. Like, that's the way it goes, isn't it? It's just unlucky for me in some way. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, Destiny's sex life, then I know about, you know, my own sex life. And like, so you know,
that
kinda
is
funny.
weirdly close to home.
right. So,
it's not anything that we've asked for.
Well, but then it's also like a bus crash. I can't tear myself away from it. Like I was gonna quote tweet this because somebody took they did like 35-second clips of like Destiny vague posting about whatever drama he's in right now. And he's vague posting, and I wanted to quote tweet and be like, how can I make this drama about me? But that's like how, you know, that's like the instinct as like a creator is like, how do I inject myself into this? How do I get into the center of the attention? How do I get myself into the center of the drama or whatever? Or how am I peripheral on the drama so I can catch some spillover attention as we comment on it? But then you also realize that like he's a real human being who's dealing with real shit, and he acts like none of this stuff bothers him, but you know, you can tell that it kind of does. And so anyways, the whole reason why I went on that tangent is just because it's like I see Chud's logic behind the way that he conducts business.
They've got to be doing it intentionally. That can't be, bro.
And I think it's good for his business. But I also think that he goes too far with the nihilism, where he just doesn't believe that anything productive can come from this space at all.
Yeah, and it's weird.
Okay. That's a fine take. Okay. I guess the question that I would ask is what, like, we've had the Twitch poll thing, which has kind of died off now, but we've had like content and stuff since for years now. But I think the solidification of political content with streaming has probably gotten a lot bigger, particularly around COVID for the last 4 years, to say, right? You know, more streamers have come through, whatever. What has actually come off the back of it? You know, there's some canvassing efforts which, you know, have happened already. I think there's further canvassing planned, which, sure, that you can point to that. But beyond the kind of canvassing stuff, which you can point to as an example of it, I just think that there isn't an enormous amount to show for all of the content that has occurred. And obviously people now, I think, are putting more specific efforts into that. But like broadly, like there's not much to show. I don't know. I just don't think there's much really to show for it. And yeah, I'm very cynical. I'm very jaded. I admit that. But I just look at it and I think, well, there isn't really much to show. And most of the fucking stuff that occurs is just shit fighting, content, drama, etc. And I don't know, that seems to be the main output of this space, right? I don't know. That seems to be like a fairly rare reading of what's going on, I think.
Because when Chud is at his best, in my view, he
why are you sending me this? I'm getting praised.
Is one of the best, one of the most compelling. When he, I guess, sheds.
Really do debates.
Really? I don't know. I don't think almost anyone agrees that Chud like the best debater in the world, right? He can handle himself for sure, but the idea that Chud is like the best debater ever is not true. Chud kind of got owned by his first debate with right of reply. I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of brutal. Who else did he kind of get owned by? I feel like he's lost a few.
I mean, yeah, I you know, I don't see myself as a debater personally. L debate record, but I just don't think like internet debates are not that big a deal, really. You know, they're just an internet debate. You win, you lose, public perception of it. I don't know. I have fun doing them. I don't think that I'm like a giga debater. I just kind of enjoy the conversation generally.
the God, I'm trying to figure out where my
Well, yeah. In fact, that's probably a good example. The Chud aristocracy debate. The amount of like weird debate freaks after that were like losing their shit at me because I didn't take it seriously and stuff like that. Because my plan was to just go in and to like call the libertarians pedophiles. That was the extent of my plan. I thought it was funny. Other people thought it was funny, but some people were like, so like, oh, Chud, you made an embarrassment of that. It's like, it's a fucking debate on a wrestling themed show. Who fucking cares, bro? Like, like, take yourself out of your serious mode for a second and just have a fucking laugh. I don't know. Yeah, I lost the debate, okay? But it was funny. That's more important to me than losing a fucking debate, okay? I actually learned from Ethan Ralph on that one. That was one thing I learned from Ethan Ralph was, you know, just having a kind of disdain. I mean, he's more extreme with it, but he has this kind of like disdain towards the idea of internet debate. And it just doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, you know? Like, you think about the high stakes debates that have happened over the years and what's happened off the back of them. Nothing. Literally nothing has really happened like that's meaningful. There's obviously very high tier ones where something's revealed that maybe has an impact, but most internet debates do not result in anything really. So generally speaking, I think the best bet is just to have a good time, have a laugh, and yeah, make people entertain people at the end of the day. I don't know. I'm gun pilled.
Shepard Kane back yanker thing is. I couldn't find it the other day.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
George Floyd pigeon guy. Oh, Anglo.
Literally peaked in 2016 when Destiny debated JonTron. Yeah, that was good debate. I think also stuff like, I remember the Vosh Sargon debate and stuff. I don't know. I think there's other debates too that were kind of entertaining and maybe had, well, the Vosh Count Dankula debate I always remember because of how badly Vosh did in trying to call Count Dankula a fucking, what was it? A white supremacist. And he wasn't able to back it up. And then at the end of the debate, Count Dankula did the Roman salute and said the 14 words. And it was like, Vosh had conceded that he couldn't call him a white supremacist. It was so good. Count Dankula absolutely fucking smashed it, honestly. But yeah, Count Dankula's not a white supremacist. He's like a libertarian guy. He's like a, you know, righty libertarian fellow. Free speech, low government intervention, etc., etc. Probably a bit anti the old immigrants, you know. You know how it is.
The pigeon. Did he go on? I feel like I remember that.
It's awesome. But mine's blue. It's kind of gay compared to your big
I have
black
a blue one too if it's smaller.
Oh yeah, well, but I guess with Chud, well, I feel like when he's at his worst, he kind of
Extremist
foments
divorce
the
dad
worst
vibes.
elements of this space because of the nihilism part. But what I think is interesting, just from like a philosophical standpoint, is that when he talks about the valid reasons why he does not want to become more public about the things he's very careful to keep private and keep separate from what he does in the public eye, there's an inherent acknowledgement of how awful this space and the people that are being drawn into it and how bad it is. So it's like he's creating the thing.
Yeah, this place is full of fucking freaks that will fuck with you. Obviously, yes, of course. I'll happily fucking admit that. It's not implicit, it's explicit, yes, obviously. People will obsess over every fucking detail of your life given half the chance. And it's why you should be cautious about giving it out if you don't want it to be scrutinized.
That even he knows he wouldn't want to come anywhere near him as a real person. But I feel like that.
Yeah, I don't want a bunch of weird internet freaks finding out where my kids go to school. It's just like I feel like I'm just like, yeah, that's totally reasonable, no? And if you don't want to encourage that, you should try and be cautious about the amount of personal information you put out there. I don't know. I don't think there's any inconsistency or anything wrong. I would never dream, even if it was public information, I would not share or publicize, you know, even if it's public and it fits the criteria, I would not publicize like someone's kid's school ground or something. Like I wouldn't do anything like that. So even I would respect that in the other direction, even if other standards were met for how I might talk about content. I would never dream of going straight, oh, well, look at this person. Yeah, their kids go to school here. You should go and that's not my thing. But if there's public info that exists, even stuff like DMs is normally private and it's out there, I'll talk about it. I don't know. I think that's pretty reasonable. If you disagree, that's fine. It's crazy. It's crazy that people are talking about me. What's going on?
That's the case with so many of these people, and it's probably a more.
This sounds like Andrew Laundrie like laying out his reasoning for why he could dox Chud. That's how it comes off. Because he was literally, this is literally what he was saying before.
Oh, no.
These people, you know, if they shouldn't talk shit if they want to get hit, is basically what he's saying. But it's like, bro, it doesn't give you the right to go and fucking doxing people.
What that comes down to is, you know, for example, I'm repeating myself now. I covered Hunter Avalone's divorce and, you know, his partner and Kingston extensively, okay? I've said repeatedly, I was very gratuitous in how I covered it. Now, I would never apologize for that because it's funny, but if you think it's gratuitous, that's fine. And the talk shit, get hit. Digging through Chud's trash right now. This hitter takes women's probiotics. Oh. The talk shit, get hit thing is like if some embarrassing detail was revealed about my relationship and people wanted to talk about it, I would have no right whatsoever to ever complain about that because of the way I've done it to other people. And I've accepted that. I've accepted that risk. If someone wanted to come out and say, oh, Chud is into X, Y, and Z thing, here's the DMs that prove it, and people want to talk about it, I'd probably just have to take it on the chin and have a laugh about it as best I can, okay? That's the reality of it. But that's why I generally, especially nowadays, try to be exceptionally cautious about who I talk to, the DMs I might have with, not even women, say, but just like people in general. I try not to like shit talk people behind their backs and stuff generally. Obviously you have a moan about people, but you know, I try not to like say things privately that I wouldn't be totally comfortable being shown in public. But yeah, I don't know. Is that not the right thing? It feels like, you know, I'm looking at Hunter Avalone's embarrassing divorce proceedings that's publicized. I don't know if that means that you can then come and track down and investigate all the aspects of my private life when I'm, you know, keeping it private, right? And also, there's not really much, I don't think, to see, in all honesty. I mean, I would say that, obviously, but I don't know.
I'm confused. Which of these chicks watches Lolly again? None of them this time.
Or obnoxious phenomenon when Chud doesn't take himself seriously. But then when you have people who do take themselves seriously, but don't, they are just as guarded as Chud is about, you know, trying to figure out like this person's trying to pretend they're an academic, but could I see like what's your academic background?
That doesn't bother me as much, and maybe that's my next step. So my frustration is that I think food shops, I don't know if you're
No way are we doing this. No way is this what we're about to do. Oh god, FSL's in chat, guys. FSL in chat. Holy fuck, it's so over.
I don't think it's talking about me, by the way.
Basically,
I only know, I only know that
I
they
can-
are like, yeah.
I can passingly summarize it, which is
Please
Oh,
do.
here we go.
Food Shops has run panels and done debates and conversations and all that kind of stuff. They're a trans gal, to my knowledge. They were
Dude.
Oh, this is gonna be fucking brilliant, isn't it? Holy shit.
friends with Reservoir. They admitted to consuming lolicon as a part of their pornographic diet. For those of you who don't know,
Pornographic diet. What is man's talking about? Oh my god!
Is deliberately drawn underage, Japanese girls who are in provocative sexual scenarios. And she said that, like, hey, I'm not attracted to children, but I do consume this as my pornographic diet because it aligns with some of my tastes in petite women and sub-dom play and like all that kind of shit. And I want to destigmatize, the maybe not consumption of lolicon, but I want to destigmatize XYZ about pedophilia in order to make, people.
It's a very nice way of putting it. I'll say that.
Who have either POCD, which is pedophilic obsessive compulsive disorder, where you obsess over the fact over whether or not you're dangerous to children, but you actually aren't. And pedophiles because I want to make society better or whatever. Chud said that based off of that information, he would no longer be participating in her panels and also would not hold it against any other creators if...
Okay, that's okay. I was never participating in the panels in the first place because they were like DMing me loads, right? To be clear. But my point was, I personally would not associate with them, but I wasn't participating in the first place. It was more of a kind of like, be careful if this person is trying to get you on.
They stopped associating with Food Shops, but that he was not going to make a firm critique about...
Oh, there's way too much about this shit. This DJ shit as a dad who worked in a school.
I don't think he's trying to expose me.
What
He's
is
just
this guy
explaining
doing at this time? Is he actually is he watching my videos? I don't even know, dude. Oh man.
Whether or not the consumption of lolicon was like something that he would morally object to. It was just something that he wouldn't choose to associate himself with.
Wait. Okay. I feel like CounterPoints is kind of getting it mostly right, but there's certain points here that I'm like, well, no, I do have some moral objection to someone consuming lolicon pornography. Because I think that you are getting aroused by an image of a child. It is an image. There's an ethical conversation about, is it art? Isn't it art? Whatever. I'm not really super interested in that personally. But like, if you're consuming lolicon pornography, I personally think that you need to seek out therapy or something because it's indicative that you've likely got some sort of issue with kids that you probably need to get addressed, right? I'll happily admit I'm more sensitive to it because I myself have got kids. As I say, I don't mind an ethical conversation about what to do with certain people, this idea of non-offending pedos and stuff like that. No problem at all. But if you are consuming that content, for me, it's not something I would personally be willing to kind of associate with. And if you don't want to do that, that's cool, but I'm not the moral arbiter. You do what you want to do.
For whatever fucking reason. And for me, I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, Chud, do you think like a bunch of your fucking like audience, and I love Chud by the way, but do you think like a bunch of your fucking audience members like consume lolicon, which is why like you're not willing to fucking criticize it? Because like for...
Bro, it's CounterPoints for real. This is unbelievable. I said when I fucking covered it, I said, I think if you consume it, you're likely got some attraction to children that you need to be fucking investigated. Bro, are you serious right now? What? Has anyone got the screenshots of me talking about weeb stuff in my Discord, actually? Maybe someone can help me with that. What on earth? The reason, by the way, the reason that I didn't, like, go down the route of doing a super hard condemnation, I made it clear that I don't agree with it and I think you've got problems. The reason I didn't want to do a super hardcore condemnation is because I didn't want to, like, super hardcore do a cancellation effort or something. I just wanted to put the information out there. We need a complete and total shutdown on any anime shit or hentai. Bro, it's unbelievable that that's CounterPoints' takeaway from this. That I'm like, I'm willing to condemn lolly because I'm worried about the lolliconners in my fucking community. Dude. That is unreal. What is he doing? Anyway, it's fine. It's not that big a deal. It's on, you know, a stream here. It's just a bit annoying to have your positions and ideas misrepresented to make it sound like you don't want to talk about, criticize lolly because people in your audience like lolly.
For me, it's like, dude, if you're looking at...
Is that... I don't know if that's what Chud's issue is. I don't...
That's crazy.
Guys, we got Lolly Enjoys in chat. Anybody Lolly Enjoys in chat. I think Chud just has a baseline pro-free speech position that while he finds Lolly uncomfortable, he doesn't want to make a massive moral claim on it. Right.
What? Look at this. This is my Discord, the core of my community in some ways. Lolly is fucked. Defending some degen jerking off to teacher-student lolly. If anything, this lolly shit is saving them time. That was in reference to Food Chop's career. And them liking lolly probably is going to help them get out the door quicker. Into schoolgirl rape lolly, no doubt. The Food Chop's person that was trying to farm drama from my community likes lolly. The problem is, it does not matter how right or wrong you are. Defending lolly in any way is an instant L. If you're worried about being a pedo to the point that it's a mental health issue, perhaps jerking off to lolly is not the best way to deal with that. The lolly stuff. Well, lolly was never allowed. This is a true story. When I very first started this Discord, there was a guy, Hamza, who was a mod. He liked lolly. Eventually had to ban him because he kept posting it. Jerking off to lolly equals you are sexually aroused by a child body. Let's just hear what CounterPoints said again. God, that's really pissed me off, to be honest. That's really shady of CounterPoints to present it in that way. God, what a fucker. What a fucker. Dude, are you serious? You're really acting like I'm weak on condemning lolly when in the fucking video, or not even a video, in the stream segment, I said, if you're looking at lolly, you're probably a pedophile and need to seek help. Give me a fucking break, man.
We got what Chud's...
And for me, I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, Chud, do you think like a bunch of your fucking like audience, and I love Chud by the way, but do you think like a bunch of your fucking audience members like consume lolicon, which is why like you're not willing to fucking criticize it? Because like for me, it's like, dude, if you're looking at...
Is that... I don't know if that's what Chud's issue is. I don't...
Bro, that is insane. The idea that I'm like, oh, I'm not sure on this lolly, guys, but you know, dude. I don't want to go and dig up my comments on it, but anyway, I've explained more or less what comments I made. I don't even know what stream it's from, but
anyway, while he finds it uncomfortable, while he finds lolly, I feel that's most people who defend lolly, defend quote unquote. Don't say it's wrong. That's the position. Okay, well, let's go back on this full thought.
Too. It was just something that he wouldn't choose to associate himself with for whatever fucking reason. And for me...
The reason being they're consuming lolly, and I don't want to associate with people that consume lolicon. Oh, dude, this is insane! What is he doing? CounterPoints. What happened, bro? From one father to another, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, Chud, do you think like a bunch of your fucking like audience...
Okay, that's wonderful.
But hey, oh my dog.
Like, a bunch of your fucking audience members,
thank you for the subs.
lolicon, which is why like you're not willing to fucking criticize it? Because like
I don't think there's a bunch of lolicons in Chud's audience. I'm gonna be real. I don't know. It could be.
If you're looking at one,
if you're consuming lolicon in my audience, I've got no way of figuring that out. I literally have got no way of figuring it out. If people said it, I probably wouldn't ban them necessarily. I'd probably mark it in my head. They're a fucking freak, and just try and remember if they're a regular chatter. But I wouldn't like. Yeah, I don't know. Like. I mean, I think it's pretty clear. If you a fucking lolicon person, obviously I'm not for it, and if that's a problem, then obviously you can leave. But a chatter is not the same as like a content creator that is trying to bring people together to do panels, and maybe you don't want that association, you know. Anyway, good luck. Good luck in your goon sesh.
Producing that shit, then you're fucked up. Like, you're fucked up in the head. You are probably a pedophile, and you should fucking stop. Literally go to your nearest fucking church and convert. Like,
So-
Bro,
And
I
so
don't care if it's Buddhist or Catholic.
that's my position. Oh my god. Dude, CounterPoints is so annoying sometimes, I swear to God.
Or fucking Presbyterian or whatever. Just fucking stop what you're doing, go get help. Like the fucking Michael Jordan meme.
That was exactly what I said!
If you're consuming it and your justification is like, oh, well, no children are hurt, therefore, like, it's not a big deal or whatever. It's like, no, you're taking the worst parts of yourself, you're opening it up.
Dude, this is
and
my
you're
position!
reinforcing that part of your brain.
More or
And
less.
if you have children in the future, then what's going to happen is, like, I don't know how much,
well, there's nothing to worry about there. That's for sure.
like, genetics and nature and nurture, like, all influence
I need
each
to
other or
message
whatever.
CounterPoints
But
right
if
now.
you reinforced
I'm really
the part of
annoyed.
your brain that enjoys, you know, lolicon or whatever, you have a chance of passing that out down either culturally or genetically or whatever, and that's not a good trait worth having. Being attracted to children is something negative. So why the fuck? Like, you can be a content nihilist all you want and just think that this is all engagement and all that kind of shit. But why the fuck wouldn't you at least have the... Chud has plenty of balls. I've seen him be ballsy in the past.
What is he
But why
talking
wouldn't you just
about?
say, hey, this is fucked up. Don't do it. And if you're a
I said that! This guy's fucking retarded! Bro, the whole point of me saying about the food shops thing was they're looking at Lolicon, they're consuming it, here's clips of them saying it, right? I'm not trying to cancel anyone, but make your own mind up about whether you want to associate this person, okay? That was my whole point with the food shops thing. And after that, I went on to say, if you're consuming Lolicon, you'll likely need to seek medical help because you've got some sort of thing with kids. As you saw in those Discord messages, that's basically, you know, more or less what I said on stream as well. Like, you've probably got something you need to seek help for. Bro, what the fuck is this guy doing? Why is he saying wrong shit about this? Are you serious?
part of my audience and you consume it, then fuck you. Stop doing that.
Now, maybe so.
Oh yeah, okay, guys. If you like Lolicon, don't watch me anymore. Don't do it. What? What does that do? What's this going on about? I disavow you're jerking off to Lolicon. Dude.
I just don't think anyone really cares that much. Connor cares like way too much about this. He's like way too passionate over some cartoons.
Well, I at this point really do like Chud too, because I've kind of tried to practice radical acceptance with him. Like he is who he is, and he does what he does.
Bro, you're a freak. You're a freak. No one needs to be accepted by you. You're a freak, bro.
Love you for what you are.
Yeah, Chud, I love you for who you are. And
What are they even talking about at this point? Dude, why has everyone got this deep fucking analysis of... Bro, I just talk about fucking internet drama and shit. What the fuck? Why is everyone acting like... I don't know, it's so weird the way people talk about me sometimes. I don't know, I feel like I'm just a regular guy. I don't know. What do I do that's that bad? I know people don't like me for whatever, you know, if I talk about some drama, sure. For a while, Hunter Avalone, I think, hated me, but he recently raided me about a month ago or so maybe that we're back on track there. It's fine. I'm not like, I don't care about people talking about me. You know, it happens. Normally, I don't really listen to people talking about me because it's a bit cringe for me. But it's just like when you do, you're like, people are doing all this in-depth analysis about what's... I don't know. I don't think it's that deep. Radical acceptance. I don't even know what stream it was on, so I don't even know where to find it now. And it was never cut into a video because it was like just a scrap of content sort of thing. Anyway, I don't think it's like a massive thing. What was this stream?
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Chud, your views have been pretty damn consistent on this. He clearly is confusing you with other people and he better clear this crap up. On stream, explanations are required. No joke, this ends people what he's claiming here.
I mean, I don't know if this is going to affect me. It's not affected me. I don't think anyone even mentioned this to me, except obviously, it being mentioned in my Discord a bit. I will message him and I'll say, dude, you've got it totally wrong. I don't support Lolicon, and I made a strong condemnation when I talked about the food shops thing. So can you, maybe put a comment out so people don't think I like Lolly, or I'm afraid to criticize it.
What?
The problem for me is like even putting a tweet out or something, it just publicizes it further when, I don't know, like me speaking. I mean, to be honest, me speaking about it here probably means that the message is out at least, but fucking hell, man. Bro, what on earth? The whole point of me talking about the food shops thing, not to say, in fact, we'll cut a video out of this so people can know what the correct take is, and we're going to fucking shit on CounterPoints in the thumbnail for being a little fucking retard, okay? That's what we're going to do. Fucking idiot. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to find the edit of me talking about it just to prove it as well. Fucking hell, man. I don't even dislike the guy, but it's just, he's a father as well. Like, it's kind of fucked up. He's a father too. I'm a father. Obviously, I do have a strong position on it because I'm a father, and I've got to, I've got to think about that kind of stuff. That there could be predators and stuff out there. And so the fact he's acting like I'm kind of scared to criticize it when I was strongly condemning of it. And the whole point of me talking about the food shop stuff was to put a flag up to people. God, I tell you what, right? What is it they say about doing a good thing? The whole point of me doing it was to go, hey guys, hey, all creators in the space, there's a streamer that's trying to do panels that consumes Lolicon. I'm not going to associate with them. And make your own mind up. If I was a small creator, I wouldn't want to associate with them either. Not trying to cancel anyone, just putting the word out. Yeah, no good deed goes unpunished. Fucking hell, man. I'm not going to bother next time. Listen, if these glup shittos want to go on a panel with a literal pedo, good fucking luck. I'm not even going to say anything. Fuck off. You could literally walk into a panel full of literal fucking full-blown pedos and I wouldn't say a single word. I'd let you do it and laugh as it all fucking burns around you. Fuck me.
Whatever you are. And maybe he's articulated this already. Tell me if I don't consume his content as much as it sounds like maybe you do. So maybe he has articulated this, but my first reaction to, I was aware of the food shops shit. Yeah, but I didn't know Chud had taken any kind of like stance on it.
No, it was very ambivalent, almost refusing to take a stand.
Oh my god! Fuck it. It was not fucking ambivalent. Oh my god, this is insane.
PTSD and something else, I think. PTSD and major depressive, I think he said. F-bombs.
Well, but didn't you say that he said he wasn't going to?
He's not going to be engaging with them in the future, and he
so
wanted
when you
to make people vaguely aware of it, so they could make their own decision about whether or not they would continue to associate.
Okay, so maybe I'm a little confused of the stance he took, but
yeah, you're confused because CounterPoints is a fucking retard with CTE from being a fucking mall cop, probably, right? CTE from getting shot in the helmet when he's a Marine or something, and he doesn't fucking know what he's talking about, and he's being totally fucking incoherent about what my position is. On the one hand saying that I thought it was serious enough that I had to let people know not to associate with them, but then acting like I haven't got a fucking serious position on it. Dude, this is fucking shameful from CounterPoints. What is his fucking problem? He likes me, apparently, but then he's acting like I'm a fucking, not certain on the lolly question. Bro, it's insane.
My initial reaction was, is this not the same Chud Logic who was, like, besties with Mr. Girl and, like, refused my pleas to him to stop?
The thing is with Mr. Girl is he to my knowledge, wasn't consuming fucking lolicon. Yes, Mr. Girl had some spicy takes, and I totally agree and understand why people might not like that fucking connection. But he wasn't fucking consuming lolicon. He wasn't jerking off to what I consider to be a form of child pornography.
Stop platforming this fuck.
The thing is that Mr. Girl wasn't saying, I jerk off to lolly.
Yes, exactly.
That's not what Mr. Girl was saying at all. And also, there's a lot of benefit to interacting with Mr. Girl. There's no benefit to interacting with food shops. Mr. Girl was big at the time. He's really good at making content. He's funny as fuck. There's lots of benefits to that. There's no benefit to you just going on the weird trans pedophiles panel. There's no benefit to that.
Fucking degenerate freak that is a danger to children in many of the same ways as it sounds like
Old man laundry bomber.
Like this food shops person is, and what's the fucking difference?
You gotta get burned first. Also, Max is charismatic in like a weird cult leader way, and you know he's got all these.
Look at this entire way. Here's Connor say Max is charismatic. Did you see that fucking face he just pulled?
And what's the fucking difference?
You gotta get burned first. Also, Max is charismatic in like a weird cult leader way.
Look at him. He's seething. He's fucking seething.
And you know he's got all these weird positions that you can't tell if he's taking seriously or not, and yeah, so like, but for me, like, yeah, these are enough substantive red flags that if Max was like, hey,
watching Queen at my company Christmas party on the smoke.
If Mr. Girl turned around and said at the time, yeah, I jerk off to lolicon and I enjoy it, then yeah, obviously I would not fucking want to associate with him. When someone is openly admitting to consuming what I consider to be a form of child pornography, yeah, obviously that's a different standard. And yeah, why the fuck would I risk it, you know, associating with some fucking glup shito when they're jerking off to lolicon in their spare time? God, I tell you what, this just shows, doesn't it? It's an absolute waste of time to ever throw a bone to these fucking retarded freaks, isn't it? You're best off just ignoring all these glup shitos, because all they do is use you trying to do something good, which is, hey, this person jerks off to lolicon. Be careful if you want to associate with them. And they just try and use it against you to stir up fucking drama on their stupid streams. Dude, it's unbelievable. I don't think I'm a good person. I don't think I'm like a super moral good person or something like that. I was literally just saying, hey, be careful, guys. If you're going to associate, bear this in mind. That's it. Bro, what the fuck is going on? This is insane. I had no idea about any of this.
Smoking balcony, wow. Well, great use of your time at the party. You're like the Phil's guy meme. It's like, they don't know I'm watching Queeman. You know. They don't know I'm a pay piggy for some 24-year-old British kid on the internet.
Hey, I want to talk to you one-on-one about XYZ topic, or I'll be on this panel, are you coming, whatever. I'm not gonna like jump ship or whatever because I don't want to like be afraid to interact with him. But I'm gonna tell him
he admitted to being a rapist at the very least. So
it's the thing. Okay.
And now it's Mr. Girl fucking anti-jerk session.
I don't want to have to steel man this shit, but I guess I have to. So his whole narrative, which by the way, like, I'm not trying to defend at all. His narrative was that her body language was saying that she wanted to do something. It seemed like she was teasing. She said no. He went through with it anyways. She didn't object. They hooked up later. Therefore, he kind of assumed that it was the slut Madonna dynamic.
Listen, if you want to try and draw some retarded comparison, go right ahead. I think it's stupid. I think there's a difference between, and listen, you might not like Mr. Girl's rhetoric, and yes, he said things in very provocative ways, and I get that. Maybe you think it was a mistake to associate with him. That's fine if you think that, okay? But the idea that there's not a substantive difference between talking about these topics in a provocative way and admitting to consuming and enjoying sexually and jerking off to lolicon is insane. But like, I've got to be real with you. If you're still bothered about Mr. Girl in 2020, in fucking December 2023, when he has been like crushed into fucking dust, like, it's fucking over, man. He's on Rumble streaming to like scraps of viewers that he's got left, right? He was banned on Twitter. Now he's unbanned. It's fucking over. Like, it's literally done. What else is there to say or do? Like, relitigating his take on the rape. Like, it's just fucking pathetic. It's never been more over for Mr. Girl. He is of no influence or anything in the space anymore. Obviously, there was the falling out with Destiny. There was the article that he wrote. That was a massive failure. And nothing has happened since then, really. Bro, it is insane to me that people in 2023 still litigating Mr. Girl's takes on rape. Bro.
Where men simultaneously don't want women to be whores. They want them to be difficult to get, but then they also want women who will do slutty things in the bedroom. That's like the closest I can get to a fucking steel man. So I'm not going to like round up a posse and like go find Max as like a forcible rapist and like hunt him down to the ends of the earth and try to like convict him for decades or whatever. I think he's a weirdo avant-garde artist who likes to dabble in...
Oh no, it's so crazy. Wait, Connor's back. Actually, guys, we're taking back everything we said about Connor. Guys, Bug, if you edit this video, grab this clip and put this at the start. Disclaimer. I do not think anything bad about CounterPoints. CounterPoints totally redeemed. I love CounterPoints. He's defending Mr. Girl to Old Man Laundry. This is based. This is fucking based. This is good content. He name dropped me. He's based. I love CounterPoints. I love CounterPoints. He's not a mall cop.
Also, the other thing
cop.
I'm just thinking as well is that the whole point of the food shops thing was, I'm not morally condemning you if you choose to associate with food shops, right? I'm making a personal decision about it. I think if I was in your position, I wouldn't, but I'm not the moral police. So you do what you want to do, right? So it's not like I'm even coming super hard for people that do continue to associate. You know, I think Stardust has like defended food shops quite hard, which I think is retarded, but I've not fucking said or done anything about it because I don't care. I literally couldn't care less. Like, do what you want to do. If you want to associate with someone that admittedly jerks to lolicon, that's your fucking discretion. But I personally, not going to want to do that.
He watched his partner die in his arms.
Weirdest shit possible for attention. If you look at his entire... Who could be covering up...
You should definitely interview Mr. Girl. I mean, yeah, that's never going to happen. That ship has sailed, I'm afraid. Yeah. That is a long-ended friendship now.
Up wildly nefarious shit with his avant-garde bullshit. But if you look at his career, it's like getting in trouble, I think in high school as well, for doing a newspaper. Getting in trouble in college for doing a newspaper.
Anyway, I'll be honest with you, I'm not particularly interested in the anti-Mr. Girl circle jerk in December 2023, so I think we'll wrap it up there. Damn. That's honestly insane. The fact that fucking I'm getting slandered. I'm getting fucking slandered over the fucking food shops is to consume lolicon. Be careful associating. Be warned. Be aware. No, I think we can probably just cut a segment out of that, and hopefully that will make my position clear enough that anyone that wants to see it can see it.